Hey there, my name's Angelique and this is our monthly labor market briefing. Let's talk about the regional labor market outcomes for June 2023. Things have been improving since May 2023, and in June we saw an addition of 2,600 jobs to the regional employment pool compared to May. That's a 0.2% increase in employment, and about 4,000 of those jobs were full-time positions. However, part-time employment took a bit of a hit in May, losing around 1,300 jobs. On the bright side, the number of job seekers increased by roughly 700 people, causing a 0.1% rise in unemployment. At the same time, about 1,700 people moved into the not in the labor force group between May and June. Interestingly, labor force participation saw a positive shift, increasing by 0.4%. Now, even though June 2023 showed improvements, when we compare this year's results to the same time as last year, there is a little bit of concern. In June 2023, the labor force decreased by about 12,500 people compared to June 2022. Total employment also declined by about 9,300 people in June this year compared to the same time last year. Both full-time and part-time employment took a hit, with a decrease of about 6,100 individuals, full-time and 3,100 part-time respectively. Between June 2022 and June 2023, the only bright spot was the reduction in unemployment by about 3,200 people during that same period. However, what's really worrying is that around 26,300 people transitioned from the labor force to the not in the labor force group between June 2022 and June 2023. While there's positive signs in June 2023, we need to be mindful of these comparisons to last year's results and keep an eye on those shifting trends. All right, let's dive into how the different industries are faring. In the goods producing sector, things are looking up. Between May and June 2023, employment grew by about 6,200 people, and compared to June 2022, there was an increase of about 5,100 jobs. On the flip side, the service producing sector didn't have the same luck. It experienced a drop of about 3,600 jobs between May and June this year, and a more significant decline of 14,400 jobs compared to June 2022. Now let's break it down further. Within the goods producing sector, there was growth across all sectors. Agriculture, construction, and manufacturing saw job additions of 300, 300, and 5,500 respectively between May and June 2023. However, on a year-to-year monthly comparison for June, there were losses in manufacturing of about 700, 2,400, 2,300, and negative 700. Still, the other sectors showed growth over the same period. As for the service-producing sector, it experienced a drop in employment between May and June 2023. This decline was mainly due to losses in wholesale, retail trade, finance, insurance, real estate rental and leasing, professional, scientific and technical services, and education services subsectors. They lost 1,400, 1,700, 1,000, and 1,600 jobs. And in the year-to-year comparison for June, these subsectors continued to see losses, though at different levels. Wholesale and retail trade lost about 10,900 jobs, professional, scientific, and technical services around 300 jobs, and educational services 5,500 jobs. The finance, insurance, real estate, rental, leasing subsector was the exception, adding about 2,400 jobs in the same comparison. The only service-producing subsector that saw growth was healthcare and social assistance. It added about 1,100 jobs between May and June 2023, and a significant 5,700 jobs in the year-to-year monthly comparison for June. Other service-producing subsectors showed marginal growth between May and June 2023. Transportation and warehousing, businesses, buildings and other support services, information, culture and recreation, and accommodation and food services added 100, 900, 200, and 300 jobs, respectively. Unfortunately, in the year-to-year comparison, businesses, buildings, and other support services and accommodation and food services lost about 1,500 and 2,600 jobs. On the bright side, transportation, warehousing, and information, culture, and recreation added 200 and 1,100 jobs. Employment in other services except public administration reduced by 200 between May and June 2023. And in the year-to-year monthly comparison for June, employment in other services diminished by about 3,700 people. On the contrary, the public administration subsector showed expansion of about 600 jobs. Overall, the growth in employment during June 2023 was driven by the goods-producing subsectors. Despite challenges to inflation and government policies, the labour market in the London ER has shown resilience since late 2021. Businesses are gradually recovering and moving closer to pre-pandemic levels of operation. The healthcare and social assistance industry has been proven to be not only essential but crucial in the fight against the pandemic. However, there has been a significant shortage of nursing and personal support workers, creating a labour deficit. To address this issue, the Ontario government stepped in and made announcements aimed at alleviating these workforce challenges. Media reports highlight Envo Laboratories, a pharmaceutical company that received $4 million from the federal government. This funding aims to introduce cutting-edge technology and enhance production capacity for the Canadian market, creating 30 to 40 jobs starting in 2024. In June 2023, the Ontario government announced another significant development by extending personal support worker training in long-term care. Over 600 personal support workers across the province will receive this training through online programs, positively impacting the current long-term care staff in the London region. Job vacancies in the healthcare sector experienced fluctuations in recent years after a surge of vacancies in the years following the pandemic. There was a slight decline in the second quarter of 2021, followed by a substantial increase in the third quarter. The trend showed some tapering off in the next 2 years, but during the second quarter of 2022, there was a staggering 54% surge in job vacancies. Surprisingly, there was a notable drop in vacancies during the final quarter of last year and the first quarter of 2023, although they remained above levels seen in the first quarter of 2022. Average hourly wages in the healthcare and social assistance industry saw a substantial increase from 2018 to 2022. Employers have been offering higher salaries to attract talented individuals due to ongoing retention challenges. Data suggests that higher wages are becoming a crucial factor in employee retention. Over the 4-year period, the industry recorded an impressive 16% increase in wages, reflecting the recognition of the need to address workforce challenges and retain valuable employees. These figures show the dynamic changes in the labor market, particularly in the healthcare sector, and the efforts being made to overcome workforce challenges in the London economic region.